To all of those actually named Chad, Stacy, or Karen, how does it make you feel knowing that your names are used as insults? Chad here. Never played lacrosse. I'd never be accused of going to the gym on face value alone. My hygiene is quite good, shower every day. I'm also a stand-up comedian, and the worst part is other comics using your name as a punchline when you're following them, but I get by. I sincerely hope you make that into a joke as you start your set. Please, another round of applause for my opening act, The Virgin X. One of my best friend's names is Aaron. Ever since Key and Peele we have called him Aaron. I have a student named Aaron who has a shirt that says "You done messed up, Aaron." He is my favorite. He took it and ran with it. You wanna go to war, Bilekai? My lady friend is a middle-aged white woman named Karen. It amuses her greatly. She frequently threatens to ask to speak to Life's manager. Tell Life to take those lemons back. Karen Johnson. I'm a Jake. Fuck State Farm. Could be worse. University of Georgia's QB is named Jake Fromm. Played against him in high school. What a guy. Edit. Fun fact, he also has a series on Netflix called QB1. A friend of mine is both super buff and very nerdy, so we just call him matured. Black dudes named Tyrone have been dealing with this for years. Once knew a white guy, like whitest guy you can imagine, named Tyrone Michael Jackson. My son's redneck classmate is named DeAndre. The one black kid in his school is named Austin. It was weird at first to see my name everywhere, but now, well, I'm a white, middle-aged, upper-middle-class suburban mom named Karen, so stereotypes exist for a reason, I guess. I'm a white old, 68, Karen. Always liked my name because it wasn't terribly common. Now, it's funny. My grandson teases me about it. Karen fist bump of solidarity. My mom's name is Karen and she is the sweetest lady on earth, and I cannot recall a single time she has ever asked for a manager. It makes me a little salty. Because of all the Karen memes I get irrationally annoyed when hearing the name Karen. I feel bad for actual Karens. It's honestly probably better than being named Alexa. Girl in my class named Alexa. Long story short, she gets asked to play Despacito quite often. She should own it and make Despacito her ringtone. My old babysitter is named Becky. She was a mega bitch. I find it funny. Did she have good hair? I think she was more of a Plies kind of Becky. My mom's name is Karen and a stereotype has never fit a person more. You should go get yourself vaccinated then. I'm Karen. I think the memes are hilarious and sometimes very accurate. I never ask to speak to the manager because I am a manager, and I believe strongly in retail karma. Side note, I used to date a guy named Chad, who was actually cheating on his GF bunny with me. He was a real Chad. I'd like to speak to the manager. I am the manager. Not yet. I know what a Chad, Kyle and Karen is, but WTH is a Stacy? But her mom is fire. That's what I was wondering. Also, yeah, can you introduce me to her mum? My dad's name is Chad and he couldn't care less. He sounds like a Chad. When I introduce myself, I still can't say my name is Jeff. I have to say hello, I'm Jeff, or just I'm Jeff. 22 Jump Street ruined my life. There was that video that was insanely popular for a while. With the voiceover for animals that were doing random stuff. The birds that yelled out Alan, 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 over and over became an everyday occurrence for me for years. Was it the groundhogs yelling Alan, Alan, for ages, then realizing it's Steve, and yelling that instead? That may have annoyed a friend of ours named Alan for a couple years. Yay, as if they had it the worst / edit. Wow, this blew up, hee hee. My most liked post ever is about Dick's OFC. Alright Richard. You could just go by that. I know a dick. He's old enough that the word dick didn't mean penis until he was old enough to not give a fuck. Some people who know him won't call him dick because they are uncomfortable with it. I knew a G-sub who was from Korea and chose Richard as his English name when he immigrated in grade 8 around 2002. That went poorly. By the time I met him he had stopped trying to assimilate fully and was okay with standing out. He should have worked on his accent, though. The first few months knowing him were brutal. Hi, my name's Kyle. I used to binge monster cans, and while I never punched drywall I did get angry enough to punch a concrete wall very hard. This is my story. Fuck all of you. My last name is Rambo, and I was in high school when those goddamn movies came out. Stacy doesn't necessarily get insults. She just has to live with the knowledge that her mum is hotter than her. I got called a Chad the other day by a coworker and it honestly made my day. Thanks for noticing the gains, bro. I guess I was just thirsty for anything resembling a compliment. I once got called a Chad by a pale guy with long hair who wore a fedora. It's very weird and disturbing while also being an unintended compliment. I'm imagining a bad complexion and meme shirt. Maybe a sports jacket. Not great, but at least I'm not Kevin. So I've got that going for me, which is nice. I'm Karen as well. I don't relate to the Karen memes at all, as I am of Asian descent and super shy and introverted. I find the memes hilarious though. The only thing that sucks is I feel like I'm not allowed to complain about anything. However, I guess I am so Karen that a server at a restaurant forgot an appetizer we ordered. We told him it was fine, and he reported himself to his manager. Everything was fine. I told him not to worry about it and it was okay. Manager comes to our table to apologize and I anxiously had to tell her we were good and nothing was wrong. We got free dessert though. The power of Karen flows through you. As a Kyle, I feel vastly underrepresented. Something, Monster Energy drinks. I only know 2 Kyles. One of them has the Fox Racing logo inked on his forearm, the other has a PhD. I nearly named my little girl Alana and we even wanted to nickname her Lana. Until she was born and the nurse's name was actually Alana and she says I know I shouldn't do this, but you should know my entire life people have been saying my name backwards as a joke. My junior high and high school years were not fun, so yeah, we very quickly changed our minds so our little girl wasn't being called anal her entire life. Probably also spared her a life of getting Lana Carrot danger zone. My friend is a Chad but it doesn't bother him. He was a total anime nerd back in HS and has 2 kids with his adorable wife and they are walking Mormon stereotypes. He has become the very thing he swore to destroy. As a dude named Kyle I can honestly tell you I'm so fucking over the Monster Energy drinks memes. Have you ever punched a wall out of anger? Drywall or brick? I don't really care. But have you ever let out your anger in such a way? Maybe as a dumb teenager but certainly not for over 20 years. I also much prefer Red Bull over Monster. I had 2 friends who both have suburban white moms named Karen. Karen 1 drinks wine and Karen 2 posts Facebook memes. Extra points if it's boxed wine. Not sure but she prefers red. I can honestly say my mum most certainly doesn't got it going on. I'm neither popular, hot or a cheerleader. I'm probably closer to being a Karen. Source, named Stacy. I'd bang the ever-loving shit out of your mum. Have some respect. Perhaps worse, when my daughter was in middle school, she had a lovely classmate named Isis. No idea what became of her, but she really was a wonderful kid. I'm still friends with a woman named Isis. She said it was bad when the terrorist group, was on the news a lot, but it's mostly calmed down. Dad is named Chad, mom is named Karen, and little sister is named Stacy. My family is painfully aware of their names being used on the internet to the point where we try to see who can find the best insult bonus points if you use it in an appropriate setting. What's your name? I'm all in on Tyrone lol.